been brought before my eyes, I can see our generation, and I can see the average age of a person in this particular era. We have come to the point where the purpose and the reason behind God giving us life is being demanded. We have come to the season of manifestation. So much so that which God has invested in us, they are beginning to demand that we let it come out. We have come to that point where it's either you manifest now or you are lost forever. We have come to the point where he who is a prisoner should labor around the clock to be free now. Because if you miss this window, you will be in prison till you die. Mark my words. The point where the sun is the brightest is at the 12 noon sun, when it is directly overhead at angle 90. That's where the sun has its brightest flavor. Our generation is at its brightest time now. But it is at this point that many people are being distracted, pulled into all kinds of paths that are not ordained by God, and chained by all kinds of appetite that continues to trivialize their spiritual progress. Everybody who is in time must begin to seek the question of why quickly. Because if these seasons pass, all you will do is exist. You will exist. You probably will become a civil servant somewhere, go out in the morning, come back by 5 p.m., repeat it for the next 35 years. And then your back is bent and your hair is gray. And at old age, you will sit down in front of your house on one stool and be thinking of all the purposes that was furnished in your heart that you never did. But then your strength has been sapped out. This is the average life story of the generation before us. Some of you, again, your own plan is that you will go and attend to your need in life. And when you are through, you will now focus on God. When you go that path, you would hardly be able to come back. And so the only way forward is to marry both your job and your work together. And your work is the will of He that sent you. Your job is that thing that brings you money. And if my charge this night is basically for trees that are supposed to be fruitful by now, but for some reasons, no fruits, no single fruit, yet they are green. Hey, has anybody come to meet you to complain about something that they are going through with the hope that you can help them before? Let's talk now. Has anybody come to share their challenge with you, hoping that you can help them? Have you been in a situation where somebody came to share something with you that you too you are going through, but the person does not know, and the person is hoping that you can be of help? Listen, look at me. It is your leaf. It is your leaves that have attracted the person. But there is a challenge that happens when leaves attract a person and then there is no fruit under to it. The last tree that behaved like that, he used his leaf and attracted Jesus. Oh, and when Jesus came under it, thinking that with this kind of, no, there must be something there. He now went under it and discovered that it is a signboard for deception. Hey, what Satan has achieved with the average young man that is claiming to be a minister of the gospel in our generation, there's one impediment or another, one secret compromise or another inside. He is hiding that one, and demons are helping him to continue to do the work because they want him to become a station, a channel. The way you have 93.9 FM, there is a channel where demons want to also have the capacity to broadcast, so that from time to time you can talk about God, and then whenever they have an urgent news, they will broadcast through you. That was the arrangement in the soul of Peter, where Jesus can say, only God would have revealed this thing to you. And in the next time, Jesus is saying, Satan, So 1 Peter can be a channel for God, and it can also be a mouthpiece for Satan. The master will give us, in this context, in the scripture we just read in Luke chapter 13 from verse 6 to 9, he says, give me 1 more year. But we are not talking about 1 year. Jesus is asking for 1 more season. And that's what he's begging. He ever liveth to make intercession for us. It is because of Jesus that they have given you 1 more season of revival. Would you miss this awakening? Are you going to miss this visitation? In the light of what God has given to us today to contemplate on, I want to ask you one question. How long will Jesus continue this your storyline? Up today, down tomorrow, up today, down tomorrow, up today, down tomorrow, up today, down tomorrow, up today. How long? The verdict comes at a point where by now you ought to be fruitful. You say, cut it down. Jesus say, let me try one last thing. What is Jesus trying in your life at the moment? What is Jesus trying? That is where your prayer will start from. You will tell Jesus, I will not waste this opportunity again. For some of you, Jesus just gave you a hunger for fasting. Hold on to that thing and press with it now. That will be your next ticket to find God again. For some of you, Jesus is giving you a yearning to wake up and pray. Something is telling you, wake up, and you are sleeping. Jesus says, 1 more time, I'll try. For those who don't want to waste, this particular charge is for you. Those who have watched the hand of time passing by. You are adding new age every time, and yet something echoes in your heart that you are much more than what you are now. Something is telling you, even yourself bears witness that there are versions of you that you have not allowed to manifest because you have not maximized time. You have not been able to maximize time. He says, I returned and I saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift. The battle is not to the strong. Bread is not to men of understanding, and favor is not to the wise. He says, but time and chance happeneth to them all. He says that strength did not give anybody advantage. Hey, wisdom did not make anybody a champion. Skill didn't give men favor. He said the only thing that people use at their advantage was time and chance. There are people here under the sound of my voice listening to me right now. You are under intense attack and you have not recognized it yet. Your attack is that spirits are eating your time. Every 24 hours given to you, spirits demand at least 18 out of it. And if anytime you try to gather yourself to do anything productive, you see the way they fight for your time. From aimless association, from careless associations and company that come to seek your time, to while away time, to procrastination that is eating up your soul. You don't have the capacity to pursue any meaningful thing that can bless your own life. There is something that has been installed in your own body to make sure that you cannot do what is good for you. So you open a book to read, and because of procrastination, what are they truly eating? Time. And the great teacher says the only thing that is the ingredient for greatness is this thing called time and chance.